Good afternoon, dear friends, dear colleagues. I'm very glad to welcome you here at the St. Petersburg Economic Forum. There is no doubt that the energy has been and is one of the key strategic industries, one of the strategic sector of world economy. If we look at the global landscape of the energy as a whole, we can see significant, I would say, crucial changes underway. The demand for hydrocarbons is growing. Only in China, the oil consumption grew by 30% for the last 5 years. The role of gas is growing, including shale gas, of course. On the oil track, new extraction technologies significantly increase the volumes of accessible reserve of such energy raw material. And the growth of supply implies the growth of competition among the producers. The structure and geography of raw materials flow are changing, which changes the configuration of the global energy markets. The changes in global energy poses a real challenge for all of us, and first and foremost for you who are working in this sector, and we should address these challenges. And the most efficient way to do that is to join our efforts. As you know, Russia is among the leaders globally in exports of gas, oil products, and is making its own great contribution to ensure global and regional energy security. We value our well-deserved reputation of a solid and responsible partner at the energy markets. Today, our energy sector is passing to a new stage of its development related to the development of new types of resources. Shale oils, high viscosity oils, exploration in high latitudes. The development of oil also is related to new projects in the east, in the Arctic. The volumes of new resources are huge. Only the Bajanov group of fields amounts to around 22 billion tons. For the last months, we have put a lot of effort in this work. We have offered tax incentives in developing hard-to-extract oil reserves and a new taxation system for shelf projects. But the complexity and the importance to solve the tasks requires coordinated actions, cooperation between producers, accommodation steps related to exchange of assets, joint implementation of projects, localization and licensing of technologies. It is this policy that we will pursue in Russia. The first steps in this direction are already made. Rosneft and ExxonMobil companies have established a new research center for practical technologies. And let me use this opportunity to welcome the laureates of the Global Energy Award, for which the award ceremony has been held today. This year, it was awarded to Japanese scientist Yosino Akira and Russian scientist Vladimir Putin. It is the fundamental studies in energy that lay the foundation for the energy security of the future world. Today, this forum saw the signing of several new documents on partnership between the companies Rosneft and international companies ExxonMobil, Statoil, and Eni, and I'm glad to see our old friends in this hall, and I welcome them. The Treaty of Partnership with General Electric and the agreement of the principles of LNG suppliers have been also signed. This ushers in a new era of cooperation, and we pass from the cooperation to from purely raw material supplies to full-fledged cooperation in production areas. The financial crisis consequences led to the changes in economic map of the world. New points of growth have emerged, and recently these are the states of Asia-Pacific region. But today, one of such markets is the market of the Russian Federation. Now, the domestic market of Russia is competing with the export supplies as well. I am convinced that those companies that invest in production in Russia guarantee for their business significant growth for the decades ahead. We have recently witnessed the growth in global competition in the energy. It is evident at the corporate level. Globally, a new wave of mergers and takeovers is seen, and new leaders are formed. We have to reduce the extent of politicization of the energy providing, and we should let the market actors to make their own choices of counterparts and partners, and the leaders of state should provide all necessary conditions for that. This year saw the very important event for the oil industry in Russia. Rosneft acquired 100% share of TNK BP company from Russian investors and British Petroleum, and BP in its turn increased its share in Rosneft up to 19.75%. I believe that such a mutually beneficial assets exchange in energy lays a good foundation for movement forward. At the same time, we should not underestimate the regulation factors for energy and adjacent markets. Their sustainable growth directly depend on the transparent pricing, efficient monetary policy, harmonization of taxation in different countries of the world. The majority of major projects in energy are intended for decades and are very capital intensive, which requires the transparency, the predictability of business conducting. The issue of coordination in energy is in the air, but currently there is no clear-cut idea on establishing a coordination body, I mean globally. So I believe such work is worth to be starting. For example, we could create a council or a forum which could unite working groups or sections by interest, for example, comprised by consumers, producers, operators of infrastructure, regulators, and so on. Such forum could perform coordination functions. We would propose our partners on G20 to organize such a platform. Dear friends, dear colleagues, I would like to conclude my statement by a very pleasant event. I would like to award state awards of the Russian Federation to the leaders of the several major global energy companies. I would like to congratulate our colleagues. I would like to thank them for their major contribution to the development of energy, to the strengthening of international cooperation in this area. Its sustainable development, it is not an overstatement, is defining the progress and influencing the well-being of the citizens of our planet. I would like to thank you for your joint cooperation with our Russian partners, and I wish you all, I wish your employees, your companies that are working in Russia, new successes. Thank you for your attention. It is with great pleasure that I would award all of you present here. I have known many of all for many years. And I'm reluctant to do it at once. Let's extend this pleasure for years ahead, because we have a lot of complex, a lot of difficult work, joint work in the years to come. I wish you good luck in this cooperation, and I wish you good luck in signing contracts. Thank you.